Maren Vale breathed her very first lungful of salt air on a cloud-soaked Monday, the 22nd of March 1999, inside a jade paint cottage hospital perched above the ultra-marine coves of Big Sur, California. Outside, dawn light laced silver thread across coastal Cyprus, while a lone classical guitarist warmed gentle arpeggios beside a kettle of sage tea. Maren's mother, a glass mosaic artisan who tucks tiny indigo tiles in every smock pocket, hummed lullabies about mermaids braiding courage into sea foam. Her father, a fog-chasing drone pilot whose coat forever smells of kelp and cedar smoke, bent to the newborn's ear and promised that true horizons never shrink to fit a body, they simply stretch wider for spirits bright enough to glimmer. Generous curves swirled through the Vale bloodline like moontide eddies along granite shelves, so nobody worried when baby Maren popped the satin ties on her third christening right before Reverend Reyes reached the final amen. Grandma Willa calmly loosened every stitch, slid indigo silk gussets into the gaps, then laughed. That extra cloth cost pennies, while extra daring buys galaxies. From that morning forward, all bedtime blessings ended with the same refrain. Glow so vivid the cliffs remember. Gray school dawns tasted of lavender muffins and hallway whispers. Taller and fuller than every classmate, Maren eclipsed the slide projector beam whenever Miss Carver invited her to trace tectonic fault lines on a yellowed class map. One brisk recess, a boy jeered that she blocked more light than the Point Sur lighthouse. That evening, she slipped into her mother's glass shed, rescued cracked cobalt shards, buffed them bright, and stitched them like falling constellations along both sleeves of her navy cardigan. At first bell, next day, fluorescent tubes scattered sapphire sparks across chalk dust clouds each time she raised her hand. A visiting substitute caught 10 shaky seconds on a weather-worn flip phone, posted the clip to a fledgling video board, and by moonrise, 15,000 strangers applauded the girl who bent teasing into tidal light. Maren inked one promise on a strawberry jam worksheet. Mirrors magnify while echoes ebb. Teen weekends belong to sunset craft stalls at Nepenthe Turnout, midnight beach fire jam sessions, and dawn tide pool walks where harbor seals traced commas between foam. Chain store jeans strangled her thighs, so Maren traded aerial cinema tips for faded surf banners, cut them into flowing palazzo pants, and timed tripod portraits against amber horizons, while pelicans stitched question marks in the sky. She launched an online diary titled Indigo Serenade, captions weaving Big Sur slang with clear English confessions like hips carry half the sunrise. Before her 17th solstice, she counted 64,000 loyal hearts tapping every violet dusk frame, proof that glowing rectangles hush cafeteria rumors faster than any guidance counselor. Swept her east to Parsons School of Design in Manhattan. Daylight dissolved inside draping labs. Nights belonged to a 24-hour clam chowder cart rattling beneath the High Line. The cart's flickering conch shell neon became her steady key light. Between time orders, she filmed 90-second reels, twisting parchment cups into lupine hairpins while decoding dart rotation in half Pacific lilt and half front loop, drumming wooden ladles on soup pots while speed hemming a velvet trench. Leapt beyond 1 million plays inside 48 hours. Teen Vogue crowned her the chowder couturier, yet every sponsor note stalled at United States size 18. Maren filed each pitch in a folder labeled Patience like wheatgrass mist and kept ladling broth. Fortune sailed on a sea otter breeze during early 2023 when Alexander McQueen invited her to co-design a Plussy-Realm capsule titled Coastal Sway. Maren replied with 3 tied-true vows. Patterns must expand to 62-inch hips, half the campaign crew must be graduates of public art colleges, 10% of every dollar earned will fund Kelp Forest film camps for curvy teens along the Pacific shoreline from Mendocino to Monterey. The house, the green before dawn painted, Hudson glass coral rose. The campaign filmed at first light on Bixby Bridge, fog swirling like silk beneath her feet. Maren strode a deep indigo satin trench across the span while drones wheeled like willing gulls. Once pictures rippled across global feeds, every extended-sized coat vanished within 43 hours through 22 countries. Indigo Serenade sailed past the 500,000-follower headlink, still scented of sage, smoke, and salt wind. She live-streamed thanks from atop the chowder cart while early subway trains shivered along 10th Avenue rails. Spotlight warmth invites rumor goals. A keto podcaster claimed Maren cinched iron courses beneath linen between spoonfuls of clam fritter. She answered from McWay Falls at sunset, sports bra and linen cargos, belly rolls brushed with edible silver glitter. Fingers tapped a ukulele riff on driftwood, then she laughed. The Pacific never apologizes for breath, and neither will I. 10 million viewers reposted under tag Silver Tie Truth, glazing their own curves with powdered sugar until gossip slipped under whirlpool foam. Part wages braided with capsule royalties birthed Vale Velvet, a whipped body butter swirling kelp seed oil, Coast Sage honey, and Michael Sparks at Glow Jade under foam flash. 15,000 jars spun inside her father's cliff edge studio, lids tied with reclaimed Torah bows and tags stamped Nourish Your Horizon. Stock disappeared in 86 minutes, raising $174,000 written entirely in letter. 20% seeded Serenade looms, gracefully pairing industrial sewing machines with tie-safe camera rigs for plus-sized youth in coastal hamlets from Cannon Beach to Cayucos. 8 months later, 35 fellows projected a surf spray fashion film onto sea stacks, earning breakfast show applause on 3 continents. New York Fashion Week etch legend. 10 minutes before Maren's closing walk for McQueen Curve, a backstage steamer burst, shrinking her sapphire mesh gown 7 inches at the waist. With 90 ticking seconds, she grabbed copper chowder ladles from catering, flattened them into scallop shields, pinned them over tense seams, and glided the runway, chiming like harbor bells. Vogue World titled it the Chowder Shield Miracle. The queen reissued the gown with detachable bronze petals, praising her rip current calm. Another 1 million admirers anchored on her page before after party, spruce tip fizz cooled. Drama attempted a comeback when a jaded stylist leaked clipped emails alleging Maren demanded Officer Chowder and chauffeured seaplanes for her rescue sea otter. She posted the entire chain, write a listing, refillable water urns, seaweed salad for crew, caption rehearsal monitors for deaf pattern cutters, then funneled that month's affiliate revenue, $125,000, to landslide trauma circles for Santa Cruz seamstress cooperatives. Bands echoed her Cove mantra, receipts eclipsed rumor fog. By midsummer 2024, Indigo Serenade sings to 6 million Instagram voyagers, 3.2 million reel paddlers, and 1.6 million log sailors. Engagement steadies near 9%, melting brand spreadsheets. Cartier beckoned for Dawn Compass, a watch vignette filmed in a quartz cavern glowing with bioluminescent plankton off the Channel Islands. Maren accepted once Cartier funded therapy stipends for night shift laundry staff studying design. They toasted with blackberry soda. The final reel, her wrist glowing beneath teal ripples, became Cartier's most saved clip that quarter. Amply keeps her rudder true. Twice each month she streams strings and salt, father looping Thai blues guitar while mother mosaics indigo glass onto surf capes, Maren thrift flips denim jackets live. One show peaked at 9 million views when a mischievous harbor seal popped beside the dock set, stole a rope bow, and slid into chat legend. A marine refuge now sponsors every broadcast, tagging rehabilitated seals with solar charms funded by Vale Velvet. Vale Velvet's second-year revenue cruised beyond $11 million. Maren leased a dormant abalone hatchery, sliced skylights into redwood beams, and staffed jar lines with retired lifeguards and animation graduates. Each 10 still wears its tow rope bow tied during midday fiddle breaks. Efficiency auditors begged for shrink bands. She quoted Grandma Willa, warm hands weave legends while machines count jars and bows survived. Mental health candor holds her grit steady. She pairs granite edge editorials with hostile mirror selfies captioned "Same Coast, Gentler Swell," shares breathing tracks recorded inside sea caves, and CBT worksheets in English and Gaelic. A teletherapy partner now hosts sliding scale sessions. 93,000 users hail her honesty as first dawn. Community lantern drifts shine each new moon. Glow Bay floats invite fans to kayak phosphorescent inlets wearing Vale Velvet on shoulders and LED lupine crowns. Ticket profits widen Serenade looms and plant eelgrass beds. Shore cafes note 15% revenue lift on float nights. Maren guides every convoy. Low-fee fiddle lines ripple from waterproof speakers while she pauses mid-lagoon to tighten stranger life vests. Horizons keep stretching like watercolor sky ribbons. She is drafting a memoir titled Sable Eclipse for release next winter in 9 languages. A streaming giant wraps season 1 of a docuseries following her plan to convert retired lobster boats into solar sewing and media studios drifting along the Pacific Rim. Puma readies Tide Pole sneakers, wide toe boxes trimmed with reflective chowder shills. 10% of every pair will expand serenade looms from Prince Rupert to Punta Arenas. Maren Vale's voyage from cobalt chip cuffs to chowder shield miracles, stirred bright surf in your compass. Hit like, press subscribe, and share which spark glowed brightest. The silver dust driftwood riff, the harbor seal ribbon heist, or the bronze lotus runway rescue. Scroll the description for Vale Velvet Drop's Serenade Loom Grant Portals and tonight's Strings and Salt playlist. Remember, every curve can redirect dawn, every scar can cradle moonlight, and Cliff Crowd Coast still cheers spirits bold enough to blaze louder than rumor. Knot your toe rope bow, lace those Tide Pole sneakers, and stride until the skyline echoes your name.